going on? It is the Joey Digital. Just want to say what is up, see what is good with you. Just want to send y'all waves and waves and waves of positive energy, frequency, and vibration in this moment. I just want to let y'all know that you all are truly loved and appreciated in this moment. All right, sending y'all waves and waves and waves of positive energy. All right, I have a banger. Okay, I have an amazing video today, and if this is something that you are looking forward to, definitely throw that thumbs up down below the video and leave an amazing comment. All right, and I just want to let y'all know that yes, I do have a new crystal that I want to share with you all. It is called Baryte, B-A-R-I-T-E, or it could be spelled B-A-R-Y-T-E. All right, an amazing, amazing, amazing crystal. Here it is right here. It's an amazing crystal. Let's look at it. Awesome. All right, this one right here, this side right here, it kind of looks like a dragon, you know what I mean? And if you turn it around, it's a little heavy too. You turn it around, it kind of has like that turtle look, you know what I mean? This particular crystal, not all of them, but this one was mined. All right, and I'm gonna keep it in my hand. And I got it from the amazing people over at Bohemian Chick. I love, love, love them over there, man. Sending them lots of love, man. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all before I get into my story. I'm gonna put it down because it's a little heavy. I don't wanna, you know, I don't want anything to happen to it. Yeah, I was over there. I went to the shop a few days back, and I actually was gonna, honestly, I was gonna get another Moldavite. I was gonna get another Moldavite, which I'm wearing right now. But I've been having my eye on this crystal right here for a while, and I said, you know what? Let me just get it, you know? And I've been reading the metaphysical properties, and it just was something that I always loved. Now, I'm going to share with you all, y'all have seen my story about smoky celestial quartz, right? Where it pretty much is just like a high vibrational crystal. I'm talking about smoky celestial quartz, which is this. It's a high vibrational crystal, and it connects with the spirit realm. It connects with the angelic realm. All right, super high vibrational. It actually is a doorway opener. It's a path opener for knowing your Akashic records, which is the records of everything you've ever done spiritually since the beginning of time, and everything you'll do spiritually at the end of time. And as you all know, time is an illusion. All right, energy can never be destroyed nor created. It just is, and it also transfers. Okay, so energy can be everywhere, anywhere, and somewhere all at the same time. All right, so we're talking about Baryte. Don't I don't know how to say it, but I'm just gonna say it. Baryte. Okay, Baryte. I love it. I pulled up some information on it because I just started working with it, and I will read from the information, but I'm going to tell y'all my experience first before I get into all of the information I pulled up about it. The first night I got it, I was speaking with my Aunt Mary. You know, I was speaking with my Aunt Mary, and you know, she lives in you know, Massachusetts, and usually we'll talk on the phone a few hours here and there. But we enjoyed the amazing, I'm not going to get into everything we talked about, but we had such an amazing conversation. We talked for like almost 6 hours, you know what I mean? And I just felt so, like, I felt so energetic, you know, just having this crystal near me. I felt so energetic. I felt like I was like on a cognitive level, I felt very sharp. You know what I mean? I felt, you know, and usually after you have a full day where you do things, you go to work, you pay bills, whatever you eat, just that sometimes you just, you know, a lot of us will just want to, you know, do our thing, just crash out, you know, take our shower, brush our teeth, whatever, work out, you know, and watch a show or two, or scroll on social media, and then we'll, you know, put our phones and stuff on the charger and go to bed. Or a lot of us will meditate. So this particular crystal, it just made me feel very, you know, awake, and like the energy was very subtle and calming and loving, such a loving energy. And even after that phone conversation, I still stayed up later after I got off the phone. And you know, of course I'm an early bird. I always like to wake up early, but I only had like a few hours of sleep. And the only other time I've ever stayed up almost all night was when I first bought Moldavite. Like the first time I bought Moldavite, I must have stayed up late, like for like 3 nights, and 3 nights in a row I was just up. You know, I was just awake. My mind was like, you know, and you know how Moldavite is, it just clears off your energy. And Baryte it's such an amazing, loving crystal. You know, it is a crystal that connects to the angelic realm. It connects, you know, if you have if you want to be in tune with your ancestors, if you want to be in tune with a loved one that just transitioned, you know, and you want to know what they're doing, or you want to have like a dialogue with them, or just feel their presence. This is an amazing crystal to meditate with. This crystal right here, and I love it. You know, I love it. It's beautiful. It's shiny. You know, you don't have to hold it in order to feel its energy. You just have to be in the room of it. And ever since I put it in my space, it's like it's just an amazing energy clearer, you know. Now let me get into some of the, now that I told you my story, let's get into some of what I pulled up. All right, it says Baryte or Baryte is a fascinating mineral with a rich metaphysical profile. Here's a detailed look at the spiritual and energetical properties. Metaphysical properties of Baryte: intuition and psychic activation. This crystal stimulates your third eye and crown chakras, enhancing psychic abilities like ESP, lucid dreaming, and deja vu moments. It encourages interdimensional travel and communication with spirit guides and guardian angels, which I just said, you know what I mean? Supports inner vision and alignment with higher self, promoting wisdom and mental clarity. Okay, now I'm going to get into some more of it, and then we're going to break it down. All right, emotional and mental balance. This crystal has a calming effect that soothes stress, anxiety, and fear. Promotes mental clarity, helping with decision making and emotional stability. This crystal encourages spiritual and emotional equilibrium, making it ideal for meditational and mindful practices. All right. Protection and grounding. This crystal shields against negative energy and psychic attacks. Grounds spiritual energy into the physical body, helping users stay present and centered. All right. Communication and expression is next. This crystal enhances self-expression and interpersonal communication, making it useful for those working on throat chakra issues, which a lot of us here and there, you know, we deal with. You know, we have to clear our throat, or some messages we feel we might want to wait to talk about it. This crystal brings it up, you know, and it with elegance. You know, you're not like brash with it, or, you know, saying 100 times like, oh, I hope I don't trigger anybody or anything. This crystal will help you get the message out with elegance, grace, but it'll tap into your own elegance and grace that's within you. All right. So one of the other areas is the chakra work. This crystal primarily activates the third eye and crown chakras, but also helps cleanse and align the entire chakra system. This is that feeling I was talking about where I said I felt really good after getting this crystal. All right. Now, this crystal could be paired for enhanced effects. All right. And it says to amplify Baryte's metaphysical properties, pair it with Moldavite, which I got on right now. This little tiny one right here. This little tiny green one. Moldavite could be paired for transformation and cosmic connection. All right. Amethyst is good for spiritual protection and intuition. Angelite, which I have that over there, that's for angelic communication. And phenocite, which I don't have yet, that's for high frequency energy work. All right. Now, this crystal, it's one of those ones, you know, it's one of those crystals, it's up there with selenite. I'll say it's up there with selenite in that regard, where, you know, you'll just have a really good overall calming energy in your space wherever you work, you know, whether it's where you work at or where you know, just your home in general. You know, it's just a great crystal addition to add. And I love the ability to, you know, talk with, you know, like your spirit team and your angels. And, you know, I've been really called to really want to dive deep into all of that. And, you know, just the whole feeling of being able to, like, feel certain family members' presence, you know, from when I was a child, or one, you know, I've had a few that have, you know, passed recently. And, you know, it's just, you feel their presence in a loving way, not in a way where, like, you feel sad or you feel like, you know, you want to isolate for a little while and reflect, or not the kind of, it doesn't give you the kind of energy where, you know, you feel like you want to call out of work or anything like that. It gives you like that loving feeling, like that you've experienced with that person, or just the whole angelic feeling. Like if you love angels, if you love being in the God frequency, if you love, you know, the love of God or the love of the universe, or, you know, whatever, you know, you use whoever you resonate with the most, you know, use your, you know, your mind to tap into that energy, and it just kind of stays with you, you know, that real genuine loving comforting energy, you know, it doesn't go away. And then it works amazing with Moldavite, because, you know, Moldavite is like it's almost like a build and destroy crystal, you know. It disrupts everything, but then you know, it disrupts everything that doesn't work in your life, and it gets it out of your life, but then it fills that void with all the things that you are magnetically attracted to, that will help you ascend and be great. You know, that's Moldavite. Moldavite will it'll force you to be great. It'll force you to just, okay, we're great. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to do great stuff. We're going to be great. You know, we're going to go do all that stuff that we want to do. And, you know, I'm the type of person, like, I actually like to wear Moldavite a lot, because I'm around a lot of, you know, like the places where I go and the places where I am throughout the day. I'm around a lot of different types of energies, and it kind of makes me feel confident. You know, like I feel more confident. You know, I feel like I can speak up more. I feel like my energy is protected. And, you know, remember I was saying in my other video, there really is no need to protect your energy when energy is everywhere. So, you know, but it helps you focus on your perspective. Like, you focus more on the positive when you're in toxic situations, or if you're around a toxic place, or if you're in a place where the energy is confusing. Excuse me, that's a confirmation. It helps you focus on you. Now, this crystal, clearly I'm not bringing it every I don't mean to talk like that. Hit that like button. But I'm not bringing it everywhere with me. It's very fragile, you know, as y'all could see. It's very fragile. Let me spin it around. It's very beautiful. It's very fragile. It's very heavy. And I don't want to like have it with me in my bag or something. You know, like sometimes you might bang things around. So it's an amazing crystal to keep home. When you get home and, you know, you shut yourself away from the world per se, and you go into your own world within, it's an amazing crystal to keep around you in your energy space. I have it around my other crystals. My, you know, I have my, you know, my altar over there, where, you know, when I meditate, I like to do a lot of my scrying and stuff like that, scry and whatever, you know. But I love the enhanced positivity that Baryte brings into your life. I love the idea of, you know, you almost feel like you're an angel too. Like you feel like you feel like you would, like you're like if you work with God, you know, like, you know how like you imagine an angel working with God, and you want to do anything to please God or to please the universe. You know, you want to just, you know, you just feel really like, all right, case in point, like I was out with my kids yesterday, and, you know, we was at the mall, you know, and now down here in Florida, you know, school starts next week, all right? So, you know, hustle bustle hectic, and super hectic, you know, like everybody's coming, everybody's going, you know, people, you're in their way, they're in your way, whatever. And, you know, for people like myself, you know, usually I don't really go in places like that a lot unless I absolutely need something. But, you know, kids, you know, they want to eat ice cream, you know, they want to do their thing and have a good time. So I go in there, and all of a sudden, like, people are like, you know, like they look at me, and, you know, like they smile at me, or they say, hey, what's up, you know. And, you know, I don't feel like, you know how like when you have your phone in your hand and you're like, oh, hey, what's up, and you're still in your phone. Like, I didn't feel like that either. I felt really like I was present. And this crystal makes you feel really present. And the energy, once this crystal clears your own energy, you actually are able to embody that energy and bring it with you wherever you go. And so me being in that environment where people are coming and going, you know, people are, you know, saying hello to me, and, you know, and stuff like that. I'm saying hello to people that, you know, I've seen earlier in the week when I was at the mall earlier in the week. And it just felt really good to talk with people and say hello, how you doing, and really be present. And I didn't feel anxious. You know, I didn't feel anxious. You know, you don't feel the side eye. You don't feel the negativity or the projection, you know, because it's there if you focus on it. You know, that's like with anything. And it doesn't necessarily take using metaphysics or a crystal to transmute that energy to make it positive, you know, because, you know, you could wear no crystals and you don't have to notice that stuff. You could have no crystals whatsoever and just focus on positivity, you know. But I feel that because I've been using this crystal, it's been really an amazing feeling. It's been an amazing feeling to have and to bring with me when I'm not around it, you know. And of course, like with all my crystals, you know, this is well, I don't know if some people do it, but I do it. But when I'm, you know, I keep all my stuff covered, you know, like I keep my crystals covered, you know, because you don't want to, you know, there's nothing wrong with saging every day, but, you know, saging your crystals or smudging your crystals every day. But, you know, when you set your intentions with your crystals, you kind of want to keep your intentions set, especially if you're not around too many people, you know. And of course, you know, it's not like anyone else is touching them. It's just me touching them. So it's not like it's like people coming by and, you know, oh, da, da, da. But when I leave, I always, you know, cover them. But this is an amazing pickup. It's an amazing pickup. It's one of those must-haves. Out of a 1 out of 10, I'm gonna say 10. just because, you know, and I hope I don't sound cliche by saying 10, you know, but I'm gonna say 10 just because it was just what I needed, you know. And also, this is a good crystal for if you're like confused, like if you're like working at a job but you're working at a business, you know, you're doing your own business but you're working at a job and you're having trouble at work and you're kind of confused about which direction you want to go in your business, this crystal right here will tighten you up. You know what I mean? Like it'll have you, like you'll have so many aha moments and enlightenment moments where you'll just know exactly what you want to do. And it won't be confusing at all. You'll be like, all right, I'm not doing that anymore. Or all right, I'm not, you know, going to that place, you know, the 9 to 5 anymore, or this and that. Now, mind you, I'm not telling y'all to quit your job or anything like that, but I'm just saying, it just, if you're on a fence with everything in your life, everything, this crystal right here will help you make your mind up, and you'll be very clear. You know, as I was reading earlier in the you know, when I was pulling up the dialogue, it has mental clarity a couple of times in a couple of the paragraphs. So that clarity it comes in handy when it's time for you to want to put yourself in a position to make money. You know, you may be more confident when you are doing business deals, or you're trying to network and trying to build your client base or your email list. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna be like, and it's something that's in us already, you know, like, so what I mean is when you work with metaphysics and crystals, all you are doing is you're shining a light on everything that you were already born with, okay? And, you know, the crystal is, the use of crystals, it just helps you to realize your own true potential that you were born with. Before you knew that crystals existed or anything like that, you were born great. You were born with a purpose. You were born to be great and do great and show up and show out. You know what I mean? And you know, some of us, you know, we all have our path. You know, this is my path. You know, I love my crystals. It's one of those hobbies that is never going to end with me. You know, I was in that crystal store, man. Let me tell you how much I love Bohemian Chick.